Oh, tickets. I bought them. Do we just get
No, it's actually.
David Baye here from MuscularDevelopment.com. We are in Auckland, New Zealand at Extreme Nutrition with the owner of Extreme Nutrition and promoter of the 2014 New Zealand Pro, Moe El Moussawi.
Right, yeah.
I got it right. Now, Mo, we've had an open show here in New Zealand in the past. Actually, in 2008, Dexter Jackson won that show after winning the Arnold. Same year he went on to win the Olympia. You decided to switch it to a 212 show. Talk to us a little bit about your decision to move it from a show that had previously been an open division show to the 212 division.
Well, mainly I was the only guy who's competing in the open class, so I'm not going to put a show for myself, obviously, but along that time, since 2008, we have had like 4 or 5 guys turn pro, and they're all under the 212 caliber. So I decided, just to promote the sport and put something for locals here, let's do a 212 instead of an open.
Yeah, and with the 212 division being relatively new in and of itself, it's definitely nice to give the local guys a chance to compete. Obviously, traveling to the States, where the majority of the shows are, is quite the haul, as I've found out this weekend, and can be pretty difficult. As far as some of the competitors competing in this show, now we're all familiar with Jose Raymond. Can you give us a breakdown of some of the other guys that are going to be competing? Give us a little bit of background to where they're from and things of that nature.
There's one guy who's coming from the Czech Republic who's competed, I think, at the Olympia once, and then I got 5 guys from New Zealand. They're strong, but they're not like an Olympia stage ready. But you never know. On the day, they might just crack it. Yeah.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to seeing some new faces.
The 212, just to point on that, I think the 212 was a brilliant idea, and I think it's just a fair thing for the bodybuilders who are not able to compete with the big guys. So it's actually a very good thing, and I support it big time.
No, and I agree 100%. One of the things that we've talked about extensively at Muscular Development is the switch even from 202 to 212. And I think everybody really agrees with it. You get a lot of guys turning pro as middleweights that obviously have a lot of room to grow. But the guys who are turning pro in the light heavyweight division at 198 pounds, these are guys that might not be able to grow enough to compete in the open division. But when you're capping the division off at 202 pounds and they're already weighing 198 when they turn pro, you're really limiting the amount of growth that they have. So moving that up to 212, you give the guys who are turning pro as middleweights and as light heavyweights an opportunity to move up and still make improvements while still being able to compete at that level. As far as some of the guys competing, we're definitely interested to see maybe somebody flying under the radar might come in and shock people.
In saying that, we got a pro qualifier tonight, and some of these guys are really good, so we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Okay, well, I know we had William Bonac come in the open division at the Australian Pro just less than a week ago. He was flying under a lot of people's radar. Nobody really expected him to do as well as he did. Came in, took second place to Sean Roden in a close second place. So I think while everybody has Jose Raymond as kind of a favorite going in tomorrow, definitely interesting to see who'll come in and who'll push him for that first place spot. Now, Mo, John and myself were staying over at the Sky City Hotel and Casino here in Auckland. Beautiful hotel, beautiful city. I was just walking around earlier on today. There's probably 1,000 different shops. I walked by a few I had to stop in at. Talk to us a little bit about New Zealand in Auckland, Sky City Hotel, where you're having this venue at.
Well, I tell you what, in 2002, I decided to have a holiday with my wife in New Zealand for the first time ever. So we were coming down for 7 days. I ended up driving the whole island in 7 days. That's how beautiful it is. And I went back to the States, sold my stuff, came back and lived ever since. This is how beautiful. Wow. Yeah, it's an amazing country. Where the venue is, the actual theater is one of the most beautiful places in New Zealand. The Sky City has a casino, and it's the only one in New Zealand. The country itself just gorgeous anywhere you go. So hopefully we're going to have a nice weather, and it's going to be a great event.
Yeah, well, I can tell you it's a nice weather change from anybody who's north of the middle of the United States. I came from some pretty cold weather, so this is absolutely gorgeous for me. So, I'm all smiles staying at the Sky City Hotel and enjoying Auckland, New Zealand as of yet, and looking forward to enjoy some more of the city before my weekend's over.
Definitely. And also I want to take this opportunity to thank Muscular Development for coming down and supporting the bodybuilding in general. I saw you guys in Melbourne, now in New Zealand. You guys going all over the world. It's great work, you know, so keep it up, and thank you very much.
Well, we thank you for having us very much. I know myself and John have had a great time so far here, and looking forward to coming back again next year. But for now, we're just going to focus on what we got going on this weekend. A lot of stuff going on with this weekend. You know, coming up tomorrow is the prejudging, 10 in the morning for the amateurs.
Yeah, for the amateurs we start at 10, but we are actually doing all the pros at night after we qualify one pro in the 212 and one pro in the bikini.
Okay, so we'll have the amateur prejudging in the morning, amateur finals at night, and then we'll have prejudging and finals for the IFBB at the night, all wrapped into one show. So again, we're going to let Moe get going. Thank you very much. So for everybody, this is David Baye from MuscularDevelopment.com with promoter Moe El Moussawi at Extreme Nutrition in Auckland, New Zealand.